A lot of the more sophisticated burglars are realizing that if they just go in and they just carry just nothing, just normal clothes, and maybe carry like a little bag like they're a repairman or something, that it's not too suspicious to the neighbors, especially if they just walk out the front door and everything looks okay and they're not carrying anything except for maybe a cell phone, which is what they took all the pictures with of all your stuff. They're a lot less likely to be attacked or targeted as opposed to somebody walking out with a big pillowcase full of junk. So, and it's far more valuable. I mean, it's just really, information again comes back to everything. So just kind of being aware of that. So what can you do? I mean, clearly you don't want to leave confidential information laying around. If you have Social Security number or Social Security cards and you don't have a safe, you don't have anywhere else to put them, the best thing you do is stick them in books. Put the books on a bookshelf. Just don't forget what page or what book, otherwise it's going to really suck to be you. But if you can remember where you put it, it's all great and it's all good. So it's your own kind of security system. If your home is robbed, make sure you don't just file a police report, but you also file an identity theft police report. It's a different type of police report. And the reason you want to do that is even if you don't know if anything's been stolen from your identity, having that identity theft police report will allow you to file a freeze on your credit, and it'll also allow you to file a credit fraud watch. And I'll actually cover both of those at the very end of this in just a couple minutes. And you can do those for free for 7 years. So it's a pretty good thing to do, but you need to have that police report that's an identity theft police report. And highly recommend it. Even if you don't know for sure stuff was stolen that was for identity, you wouldn't know. So it's better to be safe than sorry.
Around back to an attached garage, it finds an open window. But for sport,
these locks are really, really ridiculously basic.
He decides to pick the garage door lock, which takes about 10 seconds. Disabling the home's expensive alarm system takes a little longer.
And then the batteries last to go.
1 minute, and now he's inside. Not to rip off electronics or jewelry, but something far more valuable. Your identity.
If I can steal your Social Security number, your name, account numbers, those types of things, they're worth hundreds of thousands more than the $2 million the wall can ever be worth.
Jim Stickley.
So is this house fairly typical?
Very typical.
Actually works for Trace Security, teaching people how to protect themselves by exposing their vulnerability. This home's owner, single mother Julie Mills, graciously allowed us to test her security. But we asked her to remain in another part of the house so that we could ask her later if she could detect the intrusion.
There's a checkbook laying out, that's really convenient.
Which begins in the kitchen, where many people drop their bills and belongings.
I want all the information that you would use if you're filling out a credit card application.
Next, Jim searches and finds Julie's home office, the motherlode, uncovering bank account numbers, mortgage documents,
her passport,
and best of all, for a bad guy,
oh, here's her birth certificate and her original Social Security card. So, I mean, my God, I couldn't ask for anything more now.
But in case he changes his mind, Jim hacks Julie's computer with software which not only reveals her computer's password, but which also, from that point on, can secretly record everything Julie sees and types on the screen, sending it over the internet to the bad guy.
And you can go out and open up accounts, you can do bank accounts, you can do credit cards, you can do home loans. And that's worth hundreds of thousands, if not millions of dollars off just one victim.
And because a talented thief will record a victim's confidential information, but not physically take anything, Julie Mills learned, after we asked her to inspect her home, it's virtually impossible to detect a crime happen.
Anything out of place?
No, everything looks just the way I left it.
So imagine her surprise when we revealed how quickly Jim broke in and then stole her confidential information.
He found your Social Security number, he found other personal information, and he cracked your computer, whose password is Peyton123?
Yes. Oh my gosh.
Is that correct?
Yes. That's frightening.
Also, don't assume an alarm means that you're secure. A lot of times I'll show a video that I have that was just me going and breaking into alarm systems. They're all pretty crummy for homes, and they're all pretty easy to bypass. If you have a choice between the ones that are hooked up to your phone, or the ones that are hooked up to the internet, or the ones that are hooked up to cell phones, because there's 3 different styles, get the ones that are hooked up to the internet. They're the best because there's a live connection and communication always going on. If it gets severed, at least the alarm company knows it's been severed and they can notify you. On the internet ones, or on the cell phone ones, people a lot of times go, oh, what's cell phone? So I don't have to worry about the lines at all then. And I just have a little jammer, and you can just walk up to the house and you can jam the signal, and so the alarm won't call out to anybody.